INDYCAR Ministry, it actually started in 96, 97 with the split. Tony George and a group of others recognized the need for ministry within the paddock. And there were some others doing ministry back in the old kart days. And so with the split, they created what we now know as INDYCAR Ministry, recognizing how challenging and difficult working in the racing industry can be. What a lot of people don't realize is when you look behind the pretty cars and the pretty people, there's a really dark world in the paddock. And it's dark because we're talking about a people that have no limits to work. 12 hours, if they have to work 24 hours, they'll do it to rebuild a race car. And so when you look at the stress, the pressure, the anxiety, my goodness, it just creates a lot of mental illness, depression, high stress. And you also look at the impact on the families. The children, they miss a lot of milestones in their kids' lives, and it just leads to a really dark, dark place.
I've been in the racing business enough that the cars and the technology and all that doesn't do a lot for me anymore. That's what drew me to racing, but what keeps me doing this is the people. I have a passion for the people in this community, and I'm able to look past all the glitz and glamour because I just want to love on them and care about who they are.
Chuck and I have taken an approach of more of a ministry of presence. We work through relationships and connections with people. We are not here to fire hose them with the gospel. We just follow the model that Jesus set forth and Paul set forth and what we see in Scripture, and that's simply by loving people. There's so many that are resistant to the gospel in this paddock, and we recognize that the only thing that opens those doors is when God piques their heart, but we also recognize that life's going to happen. And unfortunately, in this arena, there's very few people or very few places that people can go to for support and for encouragement. And so Chuck and I are so honored to be those people to relationally connect, and then through those relationships, eventually share the gospel and where our hope comes from in spite of just the darkness that we walk through.
My passion here is about building relationships and building those friendships that people feel comfortable asking you the hard questions in life that we all just really hide behind every day. And oh no, I'm good. But deep inside, you've got a lifelong struggle with things. And that's what it's about to me. It's about the people.
Our community is a couple thousand people. And I recognize that Chuck and I are limited just with the two of us. And so the heart that I have is to see disciples raised up at every single team. We've got a couple of teams where people have been raised up. They went and they've met Jesus and we've discipled them and God has grown them in a way that they've in effect become missionaries to their teams. My heart is that every single one of the full-time NTT INDYCAR Series teams has somebody there that can pray for their team, be a voice of truth, of hope, of love, and we can continue to expand and reach more for the gospel.